Hey guys, how you doing? We're gonna do our small account challenge recap today. Today is the day before Thanksgiving. It's Wednesday, November the 25th, and it's a little bit later recap today, but that was because I was involved in a mentor session with the trading academy that I'm with. I'll probably post a video on that a little bit later at some point. But anyway, so we're recapping today. Today I was disappointed with how I trade. There was nothing that happened in the market that caused me to be frustrated. It was I didn't trade and execute the best that I could have. So I started off the day. So to give you a breakdown, I had four names that were predominantly on my watch list to start. They were NBAC, FSR, JWN, and NIO. Those were the big names that I was watching to get going. I thought those had the most potential. Now, and when I pull up the charts, you're going to see that all those names were the ones that played out well. So I had FSR here, right? We see it at pre-market. Here we go, boom, boom, and I didn't get filled on this initial pop, and then um, and it kind of consolidated and moved up higher. So I did catch a couple moves on FSR. Um, but it was a little bit trickier. It got into this consolidation zone here from the 10 o'clock and to 11:30, where it really wasn't doing much. And then when it broke out of this consolidation, I thought it should have moved higher. So, anyways, it ended up being a pretty tough mover. Um, and so I was able to get some scalps here and there, but I missed the big move here at the open, which ended up being about a point and a half move, but it was on the watch list. And so, that's part of the frustrations is that it has good potential, but you miss the execution by a second or two. And that's my own fault, right? Um, that wasn't entirely why I was annoyed with the way I traded. The reason I was annoyed is NBAC is this one here. So it was very wide on spreads, and so I had called it at the open as well. See, here we go, break over the pre-market highs. It moves up, it moves all the way up to 1810 from 1574. Big, huge move, but I was cautious on it because of the spreads and trying to manage my risk and all that kind of stuff. So didn't take it at first, but then I saw, how strong it was, and that it had been running up on the daily chart. We can see this huge candle here. So I was looking at trading it again, and then I thought, what? We had tested the 1850 marker here, right around 1850, and so I jumped in here. Right, it popped over. I had taken an initial starter position, waited for the pop, started to go, false broke, and then came back down. Now I'm upset with myself because I feel like I shouldn't have been trading that to begin with. And if I was trading it, then it should have been probably at the open or with less size. And I didn't do any of those things. So initially, I started off the day FSR up. I'm up on the day, nailed it, up 350 bucks. And then I jump into this a couple of times, and all of a sudden now I'm down on the day. And that really, really annoyed me because it was my decision that caused me to now be in the red on the day. And so I also took a trade early on to get me up in that state where I was green on JWN. You look at JWN here, right? It broke out and it just consistently went up. Now, if I'd have just held this or held a portion of it and just kept trading this one stock, I would have been fine on the day because look at it, just literally all day, right? From the breakout point here, which I had positioned out pre-market, broke over 26.36, and then just went up to 29.77 on the day, right? But I just ended up taking it from the initial move and getting me out and not allowing it to continue, because I'm not that familiar with JWN as a stock. I haven't traded it a lot, and I didn't think it was a super, super strong setup on the daily chart because I didn't think that we were going to get the volume that we were looking for. However, that managed to be the case, and that's one of my preconceived notions didn't allow me to manifest the trade properly. So I saw three charts here. You can see three charts I had projected on my watch list to do big moves, and they did big moves. And the result of the day is that I'm only up, 160 bucks on the day. And after commissions, because I traded way too much, it's not going to be much. We're probably looking at 75 bucks in the game, right? It's better than a loss. It's a green day again. It's better than a loss, right? And tomorrow's a holiday, so we're not going to be trading. But it could have been better. So that's 2 days this week where we see, a slight change in my strategy of, way I executed, and then something occurring in the market can alter my profit results. But the big thing is we kept it green, right? And that was because, so when I was trading these moves, I managed my risk, right? So what could have happened was I was in this position, I could have held it and it could have just dropped like a rock and I could have been down way more, right? I could have given back profits. I could be red on the day, but I'm not because I manage my risk. And that's the most important part, as I keep saying, about this small account challenge, right? So it was frustrating. And I'm frustrated with the way I traded. And, that might have been because I didn't sleep that well last night. And, maybe my patience wasn't where it needed to be. All these things are things that you need to reflect on and get better on as a trader. But the big thing is you don't let them ruin your trades. Okay, so maybe the day off tomorrow is a good thing because now I can let this settle. I can study a bit and I can come back on Friday. It's going to be a half day Friday, so it may not be that much. And I might not trade again until Monday, but I still had a green week, right? And I still have a green streak now of 7 days in a row. So you gotta balance here, and it's Thanksgiving tomorrow. Be thankful, right? That it's green days that we're focusing on, right? And not red days. So if you can have a green day where you feel like you didn't trade that well, that's a good thing, not a bad thing, right? You can be better. You can do better. Your results can be better. So that's our recap. We'll just keep grinding away, and like I said, if it isn't until next week that I end up trading again, that is okay. And we'll just look to continue and make some profits next week, even if it's a couple $100 each day. If we could finish by the end of next week, we at 5K, we've doubled our account, right? So small details that add up at the end of the day. Alrighty, so that's all for today, and we'll see what tomorrow brings, if anything at all.